Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video here on our channel. I'm the FIFA Analyst, and today we are bringing you a way to score goals on FIFA 22, which is as easy as eating a sliced cake. Honestly, it's absolutely easy. Anyone can do it. And if I can do it, that means that you can do it. It's going to be a different sort of video. We're going to be going over and talking about the method with a special guest. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Right then, ladies and gentlemen, we are here. We've got the main man here himself, Example, who's going to go through and talk to us about something that's really strong on FIFA 22 right now, which you guys can go ahead and put into your game. Obviously, this may be the first time that you've met Example. So, Example, thank you for coming onto the channel.
How's it going, Al? How are you?
Yeah, not bad, thank you, mate. How are you?
Yeah, great. I'm looking forward to it. I've been a set piece specialist for a good few years now, and it's about time I get a lovely stage, thanks to yourself, to let people know how exactly to score these kind of goals.
Yeah, well, you see, that's why we've got Example on here today, because set pieces for myself, which is what obviously we're talking about, if you haven't gathered so far, not something that I've really exploited throughout my time on FIFA. I normally tend just to go short and just do nothing really with it. I never really tend to score from corners as a whole, but Example here is pretty much a specialist at trying to find ways to put the ball in the back of the net from set pieces. And correct me if I'm wrong, you actually play for corners on a regular basis because of this method, right?
Yeah, pretty much. And again, I'm 24. You know what I mean. I'm an esports player, professional esports player with Jay Ling's esports. But obviously, I am 24. I don't have the fingers that these young lads may have, and they can do crazy stuff with the right stick. But I do have other ways and mentalities, and I prefer to work smart than hard. So one of them ways is create opportunities to score easier goals, such as set pieces, which I tend to just kind of veer toward, because I feel like I could score very easy goals via corners, especially this year. But even past years, you know, I usually probably score a corner a game, depending on the scenario. But again, yeah, it's just an easy way to score. And I feel like if you want to be lazy like me and you want to score easy goals, there's nobody better to come to.
Yeah, you've just absolutely thrown shots at everyone. Obviously, we're saying we're 24 and we've not got the fingers to do it. The 40-year-old dad that's watching this is going, well, if you guys can't do it, I've got no hope then.
Well, no, the corners you'll be fine with, because this is what is easy for everybody. And hopefully anybody listening at home with a baby in their arm will also be able to do it with the baby still in their arm.
Yeah, definitely. Right then, let's go ahead and jump into the methods. So then, we're going to go ahead and jump into some examples and tell you exactly how you can introduce this into your game. But first of all, Example, why is this corner method so strong?
You see, the funny thing is with it, there's just so much wrong kind of with the game in this aspect, and it definitely, all right, from my point of view, probably shouldn't be in the game, but as you see from the patch notes that only came out yesterday, they still haven't addressed it, and I wouldn't be still doing it if it was addressed and it is an upcoming patch, but it isn't, so I may as well keep doing it. And pretty much what you're looking for is the short corner, and then you're going to be looking back post for somebody, and after waiting after about a second or two, somebody should be there to kind of get the ball and score, I guess, from the back post. But it's just a really easy way to score, and the AI have no idea how to stop it, and the goalkeeper can't reach it either. So it's strange, yeah.
Yeah, it definitely does seem like one which is a bit overpowered at the minute, and obviously the AI kind of tracking and keeping an eye on that sort of run is kind of thing that is quite difficult. But to go into it and explain, there are two ways. I'll go ahead and explain the first one. You can tap the R1 button, RB on Xbox, R1 on PlayStation, to bring a man short. When you bring this man short, you're going to see him come running over to you and obviously offer that short option. You can then go ahead and pass the ball to him with just a simple X, a simple A, passing that directly into that man that's come short. You then want to lay the ball off to the man who is sat on the edge of the box, as you can see here with Dembele. Now, the key thing is what we're looking for is the men inside the box. If you take a look at the team in red here, you can see that they're all directed to the ball holder. They're not worried about their man. Their man marking is absolutely terrible. We're then going to go ahead and cross it in to the back stick is roughly where we're aiming for. So you can do an L1 square on PlayStation, LBX on Xbox, or you can just do square or X, all depending on kind of the position that you're in. When you then whip it into the back stick, you're then going to go ahead and head the ball into the back of the net. You can do a driven header with L1 R1, LB RB, or you can do a normal header. All depends on where you are from that front. What's the other way that we can do this corner technique?
So there is another way you can do it, obviously, and the way Al's done it is pretty perfect as well. But there is pretty much, if you have your corner set on 1 in the custom tactics section, you have it also another way. The player on the edge of the box will just be there for you, especially if you don't call a man short. You can just press A and point your left stick toward that direction in general, and it should reach that man at the edge of the box, and it'll give you a great opportunity to then cross it into back stick. Usually I just press square, and it just finds that kind of space. And also another one that I would mention is the say you can select a player if you press L1, okay? So you select them, a specific player inside the box or just on the edge. So if you already have a man call short or you want to do it manually, you can move that player manually into that kind of space, and then you can press A or X into that edge of the box region and then cross it in back stick as well. So not only do you have the choice of the game doing it automatically for you to place a player at the edge of the box, but if you like, you can manually cursor your player to the corner of the box and then cross it in as well.
So it's kind of a way to dupe the opponent out, because there's like 2 or 3 methods there that you can use to keep the opponent guessing, make it difficult for them obviously to track to know exactly what you're going for. So that's obviously something that you guys can look to use as well in your game.
Also, may I mention, specifically for my team, I know that Kante was on the edge of the box, and I don't really want Kante crossing the ball in. He's obviously not the best crosser of the ball. So if that does happen to you and that is the case for yourself, what I did was I changed Kante to my corner taker. So he was no longer the one on the edge of the box, and it turned out to be Son. All right, so that means pretty much Son has a way better cross. It doesn't really matter who's on the corner. Everybody can do a pass short straight to the edge of the box. So if that is the case for you and you want somebody else specifically taking your corners and the cross into the box, just stick the worst crossing player that would usually be on the edge of the box on the corner, and then somebody new and better should be then waiting on the edge.
So we've talked about how you can obviously go ahead and score goals from doing this. But what we also want to do is try and teach you how to defend it, which is something that is proving to be quite difficult. Me, myself, one of the things that I kind of tend to do is if I notice someone's going to do it, I try and obviously cut out that pass altogether, stop that from being an option. However, that is very difficult to do. So if I can't do that, then I will try and manually change to one of my centre backs and move them into that back stick position, almost ready for the cross. Is there anything that you do, example, to try and stop this?
Funnily enough, I don't try and mark it with a player because I feel like it's just not going to happen. And that means if I'm going to mark the player specifically, it means I've given up the cross completely. And that cross is so dangerous at all times, like regardless of where your centre back is. They just, man, you have Michael Jordan waiting back post, and it's just never really a good fun. But usually what I do is there's 2 different ways that I defend it. I have to usually, unfortunately, it's going to require some thumbs for this, but I right stick switch to the player closest to the edge of the box that they will pass the ball to and press them pretty much straight away, which is 1, risky, and 2, very difficult. Another way that I usually do as well, if I am willing to give up the cross and I'm willing to not press the player that's about to cross, I'll move the keeper as far as I possibly can, as quick as his little legs will run to the back post, and hope that he catches it. It is not exactly easy. The reason we're teaching you this is because it's good to attack with, not exactly easy to defend with, but now if you are watching this video, you know ways of defending, because your opponent, if they haven't watched this, won't.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's the reason why it's so hard as well, isn't it? Because the attackers obviously are running and jumping onto the ball, while as you as the defender, you're just stood still, standing still on that jump. So it is very difficult to defend, but obviously it is a great way that you guys can go and get some easy goals on FIFA 22. So make sure you go ahead and put it into your game. Let us know down below in the comment section how you found it and if you have any questions. And if you want more set piece advice, tactics, tutorials, anything like that, I believe they can head over to your YouTube channel. Is that right, Ample?
Yes, on my YouTube channel is example without the _XX. It's a bit of a mouthful, but so am I. So if you want to meet me over there for some fun and maybe some tactics, please come over.
That's fine. Well, thank you for coming on and explaining that to myself and obviously the community over on here on YouTube as well. It's greatly appreciated. If you guys did enjoy, please do leave a like, and we'll catch you all in the next video. Bye-bye.
Bye.